Tina, is there any way you can get in touch with Tug?
Have you communicated with a social media user who goes by the name ThATUMBRELLAgUY?
I've had several phone calls with a person who goes by the name ThATUMBRELLAgUY. I don't actually know his real name.
And unfortunately, every time I make a call, it becomes content for the media.
Help! I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when you're...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take they know. Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs. My kingdom for some poppy seeds. Yo, yo.
Is that a poppy seed? You realize I'm your P.O., right? Straight to booking!
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yeah!
Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATUMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Yo, from the cake gone. You thought it stayed quiet, huh? 2G in the chat like. Yeah. You flash fake racks on the timeline. Captain said charity really with grind time. 100 bands raised, 100 bands off. You the touch to the halo with a cross. 56K from an angel in the comments. Heart full of faith, you turn to the prophet. Screenshot saved, every promise, every pledge. Bank statement singing when you tweeting off the edge. You ain't built for the smoke, you invited. Try to play God, now the numbers indicted. Seems like razors cut through the myth. Whole squad looking like an organized grift. 56K from a donut thief. 100K gone, it's a stolen dream. Gotta stay dark with the neck got teeth. Now you mean and you clip, now you caught on stream. That umbrella guy call it out on screen. Yeah, we see you, we see you. You prayed on the pain, turned trauma to a token. Each side story just a tool you were holding. Help the cause, every line pre-written, but the cause was your closet in the car you sitting in. You love weak links, hunt them in the thread. Baby, I care while you strip their bread. 56K from one, that's a life in Ash. Your bar drip, that by time they'll never get back. That means get your face with a clown crown clips on repeat when the lies all fall down. To a G on the mic, every chart, every slide broke down a breakdown, let the numbers collide. You can't hide from the playback, you can't scrub with the chat track. Every bless you turn backhand, every trust me now backfire. You ain't a boss, you a bookmark. Held on the page where the fraud start. Whole damn mark in the thread in the chart, history written in the sidebar remarks. 56K from a donut thief. 100K gone, it's a stolen dream. Gotta stay dark, but the neck got teeth. Now you mean, now you clip, now you caught on stream. 56K from a donut thief. 56K from a donut thief.
All right. What's up, folks? How's it going today? Man, welcome to If You Leave Today, boy, there will be no bail for you either.
What's up, Tug? I'm broadcasting from my little hovel, my rundown, disgusting hovel, my cardboard box home, if you will.
I heard your home was terrible from John Cook.
It's a shack. I have something to admit to everyone. You know, I'm actually living in a shack with I never cut my grass. It's the weeds just are everywhere.
I heard it was pretty embarrassing. I heard
Yes.
even John Cook was embarrassed by it.
It's pretty bad that somebody who lives in a tent can make fun of my little hovel, you know, living in a hovel.
It's a bad day when, right?
It's a bad day when. Yeah, I may never recover from that burn, you know.
Oh, that
I
was
may
so
never,
funny.
may
was
never
like,
recover.
wait a minute.
No, it's a really good. I'm glad that it came out. You know, I've been living a lie that I have a nice home and nice family. No, I live in a hovel. It's just a hovel. It's I'm very, very poor and destitute. So, you know, it would be a real shame to try and sue me because there's just nothing to take. It's just running down, you know, bug infestations, weeds everywhere. It's just terrible. Terrible. I mean, horrible.
I got bug infestation too. You hear her pop up every day.
Oh, no, I assure you my property does smell at the moment because my dog got wet in the hose today and it now smells like wet dog in here.
Yeah.
So that's not fun.
That's weird. I hear the Volusia smells like my dog.
Volusia County?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the county jail doesn't smell much better, I hear.
Yeah, you know.
I have a funny story actually. Today I was streaming on the Hernandez trial, and I was just telling the chat how we've had no hot water for a couple days because in rural New York, we have like a big fuel tank that goes to our water heater, and it powers the water heater, I guess. And it's this giant oil tank, but it's so big, I mean, like hundreds of gallons, right? That you don't really notice until it's too late that the needle is down. So we noticed like 10 days ago and called to have them come out. But in rural anywhere, nobody's in any hurry. You're at the bottom of the list, right? Everyone's like, yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So we ran out of hot water for like the last 3 days. We've been taking freezing cold showers or going to the Y. And there was nothing anyone could do about it. I called them like twice, like, hey guys, can we like pay extra money? They're like, oh yeah, sure. We'll put you on the fast list. And then we did that. We paid them money and then still no one came. And I was like, when is this happening? Right? Well, wouldn't you know it? As soon as I start streaming, that's when they showed up. So I finally got at least I got my hot water, but I had to leave my poor panelists alone while I dealt with the fuel guys. But that's you know, you give up certain things when you don't live in a city where people move fast. You live out in the boonies and nobody cares to move fast. Yeah. They're like, oh, you don't have any hot water? Don't worry about it. We'll be there in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's how me and my stepbrother, we set off our alarm over at my mom's house. And when I was trying to remember the panic alarm, you know, or the alarm rather, I just put in the code, you know, right across from it. And I didn't realize like when you did that was how you set off the panic alarm. And it means, yeah, somebody broke in there. Well, even with setting off the panic alarm, the cops, they took 45 minutes to get there.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Well, now you know how useful it is. Not at all.
Yeah. So me and my stepbrother, we're sitting around, and my stepbrother, you know, he liked to indulge in the ganja, which is not legal here. So he, I forget where he'd been, but he had been putting it in a sock, and he was like, I'm going to go out and, you know, do something. He was very, very wasted. And while sitting there, you know, he is, while I'm sitting on the couch, I hear a knock on the door, really urgent knock. What the heck, you know? my mom, did she send somebody over for something? What's going on? So I go to the front, and there's a state trooper and local police. It takes them so long they even called a state trooper over. So I'm looking, and right about that time, my stepbrother comes wandering down the hall, and he's got a sock on his hand. And I was like, "Oh shit! I know what's in that sock." So the police started asking questions, and they were like, the panic alarm went off here. And it was like 45 minutes ago. It took you guys like almost an hour to come out here. What's going on?
Well,
And they kept
obviously,
going
it's
on.
not a panic situation because
Apparently.
you didn't show up.
I was like, very lightning quick officer. Very good. Very
Don't
good.
they usually call? first?
Well, I don't know because we were there, and my parent, they weren't there, so that's why. I can't remember what they were doing. I can't remember if they were out of town or if they were, just not around. I just can't remember. But it was funny because the police officer, he's like, "Well, can you show me proof that you were, you all are here, or we have to assume you broke in." And you could look behind me. Yeah, I turned around, and I noticed all these pictures. You know how some parents are, they put out pictures of their whole families everywhere, right? Well,
Yeah.
there are pictures of me all over the house. And I was like, well, either I have the weirdest way of breaking in where I put pictures of myself all over in case you show up, or, that's my mom living here. And they were like, he was not very thrilled about that, the way of saying that, but he did take the point. He was like, all right, whatever. Oh, Lord.
That's funny.
I thought that was really funny.
That was funny.
Speaking of police and everything, apparently energy drinks didn't go over very well. In fact, we had company respond to Shizzy Whiz yesterday.
Yeah, Shizzy's doing some real journalism. But boy, the journalism is off the charts this week.
I know, it's very
My
strange.
FOIA requests and getting the court records, and now Shizzy's getting statements from a corporation.
Oh,
Look at Shizzy go.
look at this too. It's showing. It's actually showing 2Hales.
I love this.
There-
5-hour energy. Can you confirm what these people were saying about 5-hour and Red Bull caused their husband to test positive for cocaine? They seem to be telling everyone that's what your energy drinks do.
Yep. And
I
this
think
was
they need
so.
a cease and desist, by the way, from 5-hour energy.
Mhm. I think this is amazing. Oh yeah, I mean that's a terrible thing to spread around about a company.
Yeah, it
We were
is.
talking yesterday too. They kind of bring up what we were saying with it. I like the fact that with this. Now, first of all, let me just note something real quick. When you tag, put a period or something before it. That way it'll go out, not just to the person. That's why it only went out for a few hundred views, but it got a lot more when people started bringing it up.
Uh-huh.
But 5-hour energy, yeah, they respond and they're like, we're aware there's a video going around showing someone using a dip card drug test on a 5-hour energy product. Dip card drug tests, they're designed to test the contents of human urine after it has been metabolized by the
Duh.
body.
Isn't
Yeah.
that exactly what I said yesterday?
Yes. I mean, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard
It's
of.
the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That person who put that on YouTube should have their channel banned for that kind of misinformation. That's the kind of misinformation that should get banned. It's so bad. It's so clickbait. It's so debunkable immediately on the spot. That shouldn't be allowed because all it does is give idiots an excuse to waste court time.
Well, and it spreads all this fear too, beyond that as well. It spreads just insane
Using
amounts of fear.
tortious
And you have all these fear.
interference.
It's kind of like I saw a bunch of these idiots that were over there spreading another really debunkable thing too, but it popped up online. They were like, well, drinking Red Bull is terrible anyway, because it's got the old bull semen. That's what it's made out of. Something in the channel. It's like, no, because they think taurine is a natural product there. And that has been debunked a long time ago. You know, it's a lab-made chemical. It is not some type of, let's say, some type of biological product. But when that was debunked, it just spread all over the internet, you know, because that's the way things do. This, though, that's a stupid rumor. This is worse. This is a lot worse. But yeah, they're like, it's not made for testing other liquids directly. And that's true. You don't take that and just dip it into a product, because that's why they tell you, if you have a drug test and you pour things into it, be water or whatever, you're not going to just cause a false positive, or rather get a false result. You may cause a false positive. We used to tell people that all the time. Like when they would come up and, you know, with therapy, we had a drug counseling set up too. And we would have to warn people away from doing that, because you'd get people that would do that. They'd pour in just regular water thinking that's clean. It's like, dude, the stuff that's in your water, that'll give you a false positive sometimes, you know, but it's because it hasn't been through your system. So you have to watch that. I mean, we get people that would just carry in they'd sneak in a water bottle thinking they're being slick. and they would test for everything in its mother. So it was amazing. But we want to assure you that there are no official reported cases. No official, you notice this here, of a person failing a properly administered drug test on human urine due to 5-hour energy shots. Now, I will say, you've got to remember with drug tests, I will give one thing, that when you are dealing with drug tests, first of all, don't get put on probation if you can help it. That's probably the best thing to do.
That's first good advice. Yeah.
Yeah. But you are dealing with the lowest bidder. So yes, you do get you get some faulty garbage every now and then. That is true. But it's interesting that a guy, the problem was, remember, it was poppy seeds at the beginning. Then it became 5-hour energy, and it became Red Bull. It becomes all of this stuff. It becomes anything that they can get morons to buy into, because, hey, as long as morons keep buying into it, the money doesn't shut off. That's the most important thing to these folks, never turning off the freaking money, you know? So it's like, hey, you know, it's not there. And she's like, all right, you know, thanks. I appreciate it. I suspected that was the case. Keep up the great work. That was funny. I got a good kick out of that. And I also, what were you going to say?
Nothing. I was just snickering.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was snickering.
All right. I also thought the coverage of today from the one I watched So You Don't Have To was pretty funny too. I thought talking about wonderful media coverage, that's beautiful too. So I thought maybe we would cover that first appearance today via what they have to say.
Yeah, I read that. That was great.
That
That's
was so
definitely
funny.
worth going over. Yeah,
Yep.
really good. I didn't even know that he was having that. I saw there was something on the docket, but I thought it
Mhm.
might just be a formality.
Yeah.
And so I didn't watch. I went to the water park with the kids today because my son wanted to go, so I decided to do that. And then I climbed 40 flights of stairs. Holy cow! I counted. Because I figured if I can't go to the gym, I'll have to get my exercise someplace else. I think 40 flights of stairs does it, right? That counts.
Yeah, that actually does count.
Water parks, man, you'll get a workout.
You know the door
bring me
when I opened it, it
bring me your
got
icy pop. I heard you yelling.
It got right here.
All right, yeah, don't run over your feet with doors either. That's good advice. That's good life advice.
I did it.
Yes, I heard you. Yes. Somebody wanted an icy pop. You know, can I have an icy pop?
You know what icy pop guys is?
Do I know what an icy pop? I'm sure they all do. Yeah. I think all of us we've had icy pops in our life before.
Some people maybe don't have.
Well, they missed out, didn't they?
Icy pops are good. I love them.
Yep. All right, we'll go enjoy it.
My favorite flavors are red and blue.
All right. Oh, you want to hear something funny? Yesterday, we were watching TV and we kept hearing this banging, like really loud banging from the from one of the tanks. And the little one's like, "What in the world? What's going on?" So we go over and look, and what had happened? Okay, what had happened?
A big snake, like we call Gummy,
Yeah.
got stuck in a water sink, and now he has a marker on his head.
He got his head stuck in the big snake.
What?
Yeah, you know those those like tank decors that look like a tree man, those big, like it's a big, like a vast tree, it's got eyes and stuff. Well, the snake decided, it'd be a good idea is it would take its huge body and try to stick it inside one of those eyes and look around, and it got stuck. We kept hearing this bang, bang. It was that snake tried to get his head out of it. He could not. I was like, wow, that's really dumb. That is really dumb.
Wow.
Yeah. So we went over and I tapped the snake on his back a few times, and it worried him enough that he finally motivated and finally figured out. But it probably took him 10 minutes to get his head out of it. I thought we were gonna have to we wet it down too so he could pull back out of there easily. But it was really funny. I was like,
when
wow.
did you take that tree out?
I think I have a low IQ snake. All right.
Why
Hey,
not
go
that snake? Why is his light on?
I'm letting him have nighttime, so he'll eat in the dark. Here, go upstairs, though. All right, go. Love you. Close that door, too, okay? It was really funny there. We kept hearing this bang, bang, bang.
And this snake was trying to get out when you were trying to sleep
One second,
yesterday
I'm
when you were going to do
All right, chat. Make sure that you are hitting that like button and subscribing and checking that subscription on your YouTube, because sometimes YouTube likes to unsubscribe you.
She was she went over to the other snake and I was like, no, do not mess with that tank. She started messing with the tank. She was like, she was going to show me something. I was like, you can knock that lid off. That'll be real fun. You won't, it won't bother me, but I don't think she'd like it. But yeah, I was like, man, we have the dumbest snake alive. He got his, he did get caught, he came back and got caught twice. And then, oh, Lord. But at first I was watching him and he had all this stuff piled up. I was like, what in the world is it doing? All its hiding places and stuff, they're all wrapped up and piled. Oh, he's got his head stuck in this stupid thing. Anyway,
that's crazy.
It was really dumb. Very dumb snake. Well, welcome everybody today. By the way, I was telling Megan this. It's interesting. So YouTube announced yesterday that they have changed their view metric, and I'm curious how they'll do. Today we started out with better numbers than normal. You know how it dips and then comes back over time? It seemed to, I don't know if this will keep it from doing that or not, but the view metric, what it does now is, used to, when people clicked on something for a view, you had to stay there for 30 seconds. That's how you would get credit for it. Now it counts as soon as you click it.
That's awesome. That's good news. And they hardly ever make changes that are good for us as creators, so that's nice.
It's probably a way for them to tell advertisers there are more clicks. So gives us, I wonder if that counts. When people hover. See, used to the 30-second thing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Viewing. So I wonder if it counts as a hover view. I don't know, but I will be glad if we have, I'm hoping that's a better one, because they make like you said, they make so many negatives. So here's I Watch So You Don't Have To, talking about the first appearance today. If you didn't know, on the docket, it popped up as Gabe being released. After his arrest, he'd been over there, but he wasn't released. He was sent over to another county because that's where the warrant came from. That's where the fail came from. So he ended up on his first appearance today over there. And well, let's see what happened there. Fun times. We also got a picture with it too. if you'll notice, we got this lovely picture, which we have time and everything for. So let's see how this goes. Roll back up here. So,
By the way, the rumor was that, oh, he got bailed out.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, they kept telling us too that there was so much mis or disinformation that came up. But you got to remember the crowd. So to tell you how smart this crowd is, somebody sent me over them talking, not last night, but the night before. They were talking about signs. Somebody asked, why wasn't the expert report not submitted in evidence? So Marla starts running her mouth, and then when the other people is like, well, the reason that it was dismissed, that's right, failure to state a claim. So the sign things, they didn't even get to discovery. It's like, man, you guys don't even know that there is a Fed 1 and a Fed 2. Oh my God. They don't even know what the signs are in. So that's amazing. So that's the brain trust that you're dealing with. The same brain trust that we're like, oh yeah, energy drinks, and before that, oh yeah, poppy seeds will make you test positive for cocaine, which doesn't even make sense. And also, they were making this guy out, trying to make him sound like a rock star, which is really funny. Yeah, he's a real rock star, getting stuck with no bail in freaking Florida jail because he popped positive after grand theft on some contract fraud. Very good. Yeah, rock star right there, isn't it? So here is first appearance for old Goober, as she calls him. Oh, Goob instead of Gabe. For today, this is our live play-by-play from the cheap seats. So judging the yellow tie, Judge Cromartie looks all court and no play, like a man who once smiled in 1987 and immediately regretted it.
That's so funny.
I like that.
She has such a way with words and jokes. A man
so good.
who once smiled in 1987 and immediately regretted it.
Except
God,
it turns
funny.
out the smile never actually left. Beneath the formal robes and the business yellow tie lives a surprisingly friendly and kind judge. Who knew? Huh. Now there are 7 participants, looky-loos, waiting on Zoom as of 1:04. So again, this pops off at 1:30. So there were some people that were waiting around, wanting to check it out. One is Express Bell Bonds, who probably regrets getting out of bed. True that. And another is a public defender who radiates the energy of someone who has already mentally left the building. And remember, they keep saying they're not going to get Gaby Poo a actual lawyer. They're going to get him a public defender, by the way. They are not springing for one of those. They made it very known she is not going to spring for that. He's going to have to take his own chances with the public defender.
I don't know how. Well, I mean, look, he's nuts if he doesn't accept the public defender's help. He's nuts. He needs to.
Well,
what do I care? I don't care. Do whatever you want. Gabe.
No, you need to. Yes, you need to
do it yourself.
on your
Have
own.
your wife do it. That'd be great.
That's true. Always, yeah. I mean,
because
why
people
not?
mistake her for a lawyer. So
actually, you know what you should do? Have Paint Chips come on to your live Zoom and turn on his camera and take a dump right there with a shirt that says "I represent Gabe Weeks." That'd be amazing.
Idea.
Yeah, I like that idea, actually. So the court officer brings his extra large caffeine-filled super cup and stashes it under the podium with the stealth of a man hiding a second breakfast. Indeed, he had to put that away first. It looks like our goober boy, that would be Gabe, will probably be down the list of appearances, which is perfect because the rest of us now have the time to place mental bets on how long the yellow tie will remain unsmudged. That's right. So at 1:14, second officer arrives at the caffeinated podium and scratches a little itch under his waistband. Professionalism. Still undefeated. At 17 after, the judge robes up. That's right. You got to get robed up. The room collectively holds its breath as if Batman just put on his cape. Except this version comes with a muted microphone zero Cape Flourish, and an unexpectedly warm, friendly vibe that somehow makes the whole "you're in trouble" energy feel almost polite. The judge's microphone is now muted as they review today's cases, or perhaps, talk about what they ate for lunch. Perhaps, who knows? So at 1:28, the judge gives his court rules. Everyone pretends to listen. No one is taking notes. He delivers them with a calm, kind tone of a man who has explained this 1,000 times and still somehow isn't bitter about it. Now, the first inmate is in orange, by the way, gets no bond. That's right. Felicia claimed the other night that that inmates don't wear orange jumpsuits. Did you know that?
That's what she claimed.
Yep. That's right. Which is crazy because when you see it in real life, it's like those were obviously they were set actors. That's what it was.
I would love to. Yeah, they were acting. Yeah, they were just. Or she's lying.
No,
she's probably just lying. Nobody was in orange because Lisa said so. So that can't be true.
Yeah, obviously. Here, let me do a search on that real quick. Let me see.
Volusia County prison gear.
Inmate attire. I'm gonna see where she said that.
I wish I had known about this. I would have been on that Zoom call.
It doesn't exist. Yeah, I knew it was there. I just had such a crazy day. It was just like a head case day. But it's funny too. She's like, Gabe, he's not in orange, jackasses. Get it right. Get it right. He's not an orange. Get it right. Get it right. He was in orange today, baby. So the orange is real, the jumpsuits are real, and the color coordination is aggressive. Now, the women are sworn in from the jail holding cell. They start on the men's cases. They line them up in groups. They're cuffed to another inmate, a daisy chain. That's right. They do the human daisy chain, by the way.
They really do. That's so humiliating.
It is. It's supposed to be, that's the one thing. If you keep having this problem, this is what we keep saying about Gabe and his arrests. She keeps saying he doesn't have a problem. Oh, he definitely has a problem. He definitely does. If you keep getting pumped for cocaine, you have a use issue. You're definitely an addict. And they're like, they also said that myself and Mr. Coop, we were going to be sued because we called Gabe a felon, and we said that he defrauded people.
First.
Yep, we said that he defrauded people too. They said, "Oh no, you can't." I was like, "Well, you're going to have to sue the state. You're going to have to sue Gabe too because he admitted to grand theft, which is also listed on this stuff as contract fraud. That's on there." So you're going to have problems with that. And we have the whole case. So it'll be fun trying to they're like, "We have the clips. That's cool. We have the we have the reports. Isn't that fun?" Yeah. Sue away. I hope you sue the villages.
It'll get laughed out of court. It won't survive a motion to dismiss.
Oh my God. Well, you'll have a real problem.
And then you'll have to pay attorney's fees.
Yep.
Because the ultimate defense is the truth, and there is a literal state record.
Well, on top of that, too, you're going to sue everybody that says that because there's a weird article that talks about that. That came up.
Yep, you got to sue the Villages News too.
Yep,
Convicted
they put it out there.
Felon Gabriel Weeks.
Yep, he has it right there. Talks about him being a convicted felon. And one of the things that you learn from this is that people in the Villages do not like the out-of-state folks that end up picking up places, renting them out to jackasses that, well, they go to jail. They don't like that idea at all. They seem to be very, very angry about that notion, I thought that was kind of interesting. You saw a lot of people from outside of that area. I liked the comments on that. You had people saying things like, "Another example to illustrate why homeowners who rent out their homes need to use a property management company and not try to manage the rentals remotely. That's right. And of course, Marla popped in on that. Did you know? You want to see that, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Oh, check this out. I'll show it to you real fast before we go back to the wonderful rating. Yeah. So here's another example. You can see that right here. Here's Marla popping in. Where in the article does it say he was ever late on the rent or failed to take proper care of the print? I'm going to say when you get arrested from your behaviors that are taking place, it reflects on the area you're in. So, yeah.
Well, but that person did not say that. Marla's responding to someone who just said, another example to illustrate why homeowners who rent out their homes need to use a property management company and not try to manage rentals remotely. That doesn't say they've done anything to the property. What it means is a rental company, a management company, would have done extensive background checks, and they would not have rented to someone with a felony background.
Yeah.
You understand? And they also would never have rented to someone with 8 evictions.
Yep.
See, that's what that person is saying. And Marla is completely conflating that with, where does it say the rent was late or failed to take proper care of the premises? That's not what they're saying. They're saying you should not rent out to people yourself without using a property management company that does their due diligence to make sure that you're not renting to felons.
Yep. It's 100%, and they got to ask too, do you live near them? Do you live in the villages at all? Unless you do, how would you know?
I do know that she streams really late into the night in her garage, leaves it open, and screams and yells and laughs and cackles all night. Yeah. I bet her neighbors don't appreciate that. I bet their quiet enjoyment is ruined in their backyards.
Indeed. I like some of the outside of it where they've been flooding this, being like, don't you get sick of looking for one occasion of a story and harping on your crusade? The thing is, when it talks about, I don't know, what is that weird thing? Being a felon. Yeah, that didn't come from the probation violation, by the way. It came from other wonderful, wonderful things that, I don't think I would want to be around either.
I like Bucky's comment.
Yeah. I guess the couple from Ohio, because that's what it lists above, that actually have the property, who own the villa this criminal's renting, have no concern for the neighbors of their property. Right. Don't they vet the people who will rent their property?
Vet your shit.
Exactly.
Or don't they care? No, because you know what they do? They're scumbag friends of Robbie's. So they just take Robbie's word for it. Well, the problem with that is that Robbie himself is a felon. Yeah. Robbie is a convicted felon. So all these friends of Robbie's, I'm starting to get the idea that they're all cut from the same cloth. And by the way, I started watching that reptile people show on HBO. Mm-hmm. That's like Tiger King of the reptile world. Mm-hmm. And it totally tracks. All these people in the reptile world, it's full of criminals. Yeah. Full of them. Criminals and drug users. Watch it on HBO. It's called Monsters of God. You want to understand Robbie and this crew of people he hangs around with? Watch that. Criminals, felons, drug users. That's what's in the reptile community, and they admit it themselves.
Yep. This guy was on probate. They deleted whoever this was because somebody responded. They were probably talking shit to the person who wrote it because, 2L and the gang tried to rally the troops about this one,
Oh, for sure.
Somebody was like, this guy's on probation for defrauding seniors on home repairs after a hurricane. Felony charges, no less. Huh. Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. Mm-hmm. It would be interesting if people actually, I don't know, looked at who they give money to. I'm to the point. I've been saying this more recently, the people who are being scammed out of their money, I don't think anybody deserves to be scammed, but I'm telling you, man, there's enough information on these people now. If you gave money to these folks in December of say last year or December of 2024 or November of 2024, and you still hang around with these fuckos while they haven't delivered you whatever you had there. Yeah, that's your problem. That is a you problem, and fuck you very much. I think some of them, it was funny, they go from crying on the internet because these people ignored them over and over again to trying to prove that they're still down with the cult. That's amazing to me.
Hey, by the way, Fleabag has canceled her show tonight. Do you think we can gaslight her into going live anyway, just because we said, ha, she's not going live?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, of course we know why you're not going live tonight.
You scared, Fleesa, to go live? The chat wants to know too many questions about why Gabe didn't get bond.
Yeah. 5-hour energy. Didn't you tell people that it wasn't a big deal and that he'd be out and there'd be no problem whatsoever? But, they blamed it a conspiracy. That's another thing that they said the other night, by the way. They said that it was a conspiracy to keep him in. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. He's almost done with his probation, and I'm like, no, I don't think you're almost done. Maybe a restitution, you may have gotten that in. I wonder where that money came from, by the way. But I don't think that means you're through.
Yeah, no.
They were also bragging about striking channels over this stuff, which like I said, it takes a little while to get that information over. But if nothing else, we're definitely getting that information over to YouTube past the hurdle of just point entry. We're jumping over that, and we're making sure to let them know that the person that has been false flagging channels is covering that up because, well, again, there's been all this money that's raised that the lady that raised it, she contacted the police about it saying, hey, these people over there, they haven't come off my money. It was funny too. They were blaming the donor, which I thought was real interesting. They were telling us that
it's funny. She's not going to go live. She's something's got her worried.
I wonder why. Huh?
You're not going to go live and do a cry stream and beg for bail money or commissary funds. Really? You're not going to go live? That's. Oh, you know what else she's doing? This is funny. She's been taking her streams out of members only now.
Oh, because she's killed her channel that way.
She's killed her channel. She needs the, I'm sure she needs the revenue because now Gabe's locked up. So how's she going to pay the rent? And then she looks at her YouTube channel and, well, she's killed all her views. So now she's taking streams out from members only and putting them back out to public. This is not going to bode well for her copyright lawsuit.
Yeah, well, it wasn't going to bode well.
It wasn't going to help anyway.
Yeah, well, she definitely was having a problem to begin with her garbage about how she she had damages, and now it's gotten even worse.
Well,
you gotta love it though, right? You gotta love.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I think it's funny.
They're all on the ropes right now. And I bet you anything that behind the scenes, it's a whole bunch of bickering and fighting. And
it should be. Lynette Preston, get your money. I'm telling you.
Go get it now before she spends it all on Gabe's defense.
Yep.
Don't wait.
If there's anything left, man, you better try to grab it.
You think she won't use it to save herself from an eviction, from losing her house?
Well, not just that, she tried to worm your way. I personally believe that when she tried to worm her way in as a creditor into the bankruptcy, it was so she could claim that money. Oh, yeah, that was my money. In fact, Lynette here, she agreed to it. She let me in as a creditor, so she's agreeing that was my money. I believe that's what she tried to do. So you better get yours. I think that's what her amazing plan was. You probably, I'm sure because I've talked to you, I'm sure you did not agree to that. I'm very sure, in fact, you did not agree to giving her that. But she's, she says it was hers. So I don't know. Maybe prove that wrong, Lynette. But anyway, so Dressed in, I'm serious. Get your money. For real. I am very serious about that, though. Dressed in the Orange County issued ensemble. That would be AKA the house special. You have Gabe. He's chosen a ponytail instead of an updo. Oh, man. Ponytail. Yeah, that's, I wear a ponytail sometimes. And you know what the ponytail doesn't? I would never wear one in the prison because it might, you might get a little love from that one. That's a bold fashion choice. The ponytail says I still have standards, while the rest of the outfit says I do not. That's true.
I do not.
Yep. Somebody might take that as again, an invitation. Maybe since he is having trouble getting commissary funds, maybe that's what that's about too. You never know what a person might do for one of those delicious Jell-O cups. Just saying. I mean, hey, we've already heard tale about what someone would do for a pickup truck. So,
Yeah.
they don't have pickup trucks in the commissary. So,
No.
unless that's slang for.
Well, maybe he'll be able to trade for some smokes.
Oh, that's true. That's true, man. I've
Cigarettes are a big currency in jail.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fleece is not in the audience, huh? They heard no tears. No one speak up for old Gaby Poo's defense. That's sad, huh? The silence is louder than any lawyer could have been. Yep, indeed. The judge reads the 2 charges, both of which deal with probation violations related to previous felony charges. Wait, a felony? Oh, man.
Charges. Plural.
And he did actually sign a paper to that, which we'll bring up in a minute too, since they keep saying that he is not a felon, that it's somehow civil. It's like, are you kidding me? What bothers me is that all these morons latch onto that like that's some kind of truth.
Wait a minute. The chat just said you can't smoke in Florida jails. Is that true?
Oh my
You
God!
can't
What do they
even have a cigarette? Wow, this really is torture.
That destroys the prison monetary system too. What do they use? Jell-O cups? What do you use for money?
Yeah, what do you trade for? Packs of ramen?
Ugh. Pack of something.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't smoke in jail anymore? I mean, not even in the yard?
What is this?
How do they expect people to get through a jail sentence?
What has this world come to? By the way, there are 2,500 of you lovely people out there today. If you would hit that like button. Also, if you'd like to send some commissary funds, make sure to send them over to yours truly. Megan and I, we will laugh about the commissary funds, and we will not give them to Gabe.
We will not.
That's right.
They will be used specifically for our commissary purchases.
That's right.
Grocery store.
That's right. Exactly. I will buy Jell-O cups. They will not be from the prison, though. So, fun times. So the judge reads those 2. Again, both of which deal with probation violations related to previous felony charges. The judge orders no bond. And Gabe speaks up and tells the judge, he says that the charges should be one charge, basically trying to argue with the judge. Huh. Interesting. That's going to be your that's going to be your argument there, right? No. It's all one charge. Okay. I wonder.
He thinks it is, but it isn't, because he has 2 felonies and each one is a separate charge. And you can clearly see that on the docket.
Yeah. I mean, you can clearly see here's the.
And I believe there were more, but they were pled down. Like, he took an agreement. And so I think that it got pled down to 2. And there were more before. Right
here, if you were looking, you can see all these wonderful offense dates and, everything that's here.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this beautiful?
Yeah. See, now look at how many there are. That's a lot more than 2, but he got them pled down, right? There's 2. There's 3 in March of 2019. There are 3.
Yep.
And then in June of 2018, there are 2 felonies. And then in 2019, there's another one. Wow.
Fun times, huh?
Wow.
Yeah.
So he got, wow, that's a long span of time. They really got him, huh?
Yeah. Well, they also, I mean, he did, by the way, whatever they tell you about this, I mean, he pled guilty. He's the one who took the freaking plea deal. He actually took it. So again, when they're like, oh, this is somehow civil. No. Well, let's pull that up real quick too while we're talking about it. So here's the wonderful paper where he says that, at the state of Florida versus Gabe Weeks, that he does hereby knowingly and voluntarily admit and acknowledge that on 7/31/2019 in Volusia County, Florida, I did commit a grand theft, false representation as a licensed certified holder performing work without a building permit, to wit, grand theft again, and it goes through that, and it shows that when you look at
a bunch of admittances.
Yeah, you can see all those wonderful counts with this, and you can see that is indeed, it notes a felony. You can see that right there. It comes up very, very clearly. And I'm going to say that, again, all the question marks about money that have been coming up a lot. This isn't just a brand new question mark series. Yeah, that's something people might want to know about. Oh, look at this too. Yep, that's to help other inmates help with their oral fixation. Yeah.
I looked up Volusia County, and there's no smoking in the entire facility. In Florida prisons, they do allow smoking. Sometimes it's up to the warden, and they can allow it outside, but there's no smoking inside any jails or prisons. And in Volusia, it's total contraband. You can't smoke anywhere. That's rough for people going in who are getting off drugs and stuff, because, most of them smoke.
I'm confused, by the way. I've been trying to get something right. Yeah. So is this how you build a barn? They can see you got a straw. There's the snow.
Yeah, and then there's the snow. I see. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then
that's how you build one, right?
How does that translate into building, though?
So you get money, there's snow, you get a straw, you don't get around 5-hour energy or Red Bulls while you're doing it, right? And suddenly that becomes a barn, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't, when I say I think I did it wrong, I think they did it wrong too, because there's not a barn there either. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah. Oh man, here we go. Let me pull that back up. By the way, I am confused about how you build a barn, though. I guess I haven't been doing it.
Yeah, that's confusing. I don't know. I guess we haven't been doing it right.
I guess not. But so he argues and he tells me, that should be the charger should be one charge, and the judge, still somehow managing to be friendly and kind about it, shuts him down and tells him no, there are 2 cases. Huh? Isn't that interesting? So the judge is like, nay. That's actually 2 cases. So Gooby Goob apparently smirks, the classic, well played, Your Honor, but I still think I'm right smirk. And he and his cuffed friend walk out the door like 2 guys who just lost a bar bet, but are still pretending it was a moral victory. And scene. Right. So he's still going to be there. Now, they have a hearing in September. What is it, the 8th? Wasn't that correct? I believe that's the right date.
September 8th, yeah.
Yeah. So they've got a hearing coming up then. That means he will be hanging out until the 8th for sure. That's not a that's not a short span of time, by the way. That means, yeah, they didn't. You know what's weird about that tale, though? I noticed no 5-hour energy drinks were brought up.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the I just had a 5-hour energy drink excuse. But even Gabe doesn't appear to be dumb enough to try that.
Well, what was crazy is, I mean, they're telling the world out there that depending on the excuse time. At one time, it was I ended up blacking out, and I don't know what happened. And then they said that he was so worried about everything that happened that he went in and immediately
demanded to be tested.
Yeah, so
Sure.
wait
Yeah,
a
that's how
minute.
that works.
And again, well, here's what they said about that. just to put it out there too, since they keep spinning and spinning and spinning about this. So it notes again, the officer stated that on or about 6/27/2026, the offender was in possession of a drug or narcotic not prescribed to him by a physician, to wit, the cocaine, as shown by analysis of urine sample obtained from the offender on 06/29 and confirmed by offender's admission on 06/29. So you notice here that they told the police. This is what's interesting about this story when you look at it. Remember, he went out on the 27th. That's what they talked about, right? That's what it talks about in here too, because it's saying on the 27th, on the day he went out, he was in possession of cocaine, which showcases by two things. Number one, it showcases from urine sample. And number two, he admitted to it. So he admitted that on the 27th that he utilized cocaine. That's what they're saying. Because that doesn't go with their story at all about, the Gabe story is really fun. In fact, we got a really, really pieced together one, Megan. Yeah, I think you would enjoy it quite a bit.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here, let me pull this up. It's powered by quotation. You'll like it. Look, this is the Gabe arrest drug test probation story, plus Red Bulls and more. Poppy seeds and everything. Oh yeah. This is how it all comes together. And they were saying, of course, he's a rock star. Did you know that? Yeah. He's a rock star. And
I know. I
he'll get
saw her.
bond.
Did you see her? The way she depicts herself and Gabe on the red carpet outside Did you see that thumbnail?
I was like, you have got to be kidding. What's the message to these people too? Again, making it very clear. This is not about utilizing drugs. I'm not saying you should, but I'm not a hypocrite in saying that alone makes you a bad person. What Megan and I have been talking about with this is cocaine is very expensive. Very expensive. And these are people that they keep asking for money from people. And when it seems to start flowing in, Gabe ends up popping positive again. So you tell me, how are they affording cocaine? Now, they have weird stories all the time. But last time, again, they were trying to blame it on. They didn't even try to come up with some crazy story around it. They just said, "Oh, it's poppy seed, babe."
Did you see this?
Let me see.
Look at the screen. Somebody made this short.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Can you believe this?
These people, man.
Too funny.
Well, them pretending. I mean, again, telling people that this somehow is rock star living is some bullshit,
That was Michelle Atkinson, by the way, who made that short.
Funny.
It's so funny.
That's really funny. But they're like, yeah, our money. Wait, this is the money one. It popped over for some reason. Let me see. My thing popped over. I don't know which one it locked on, but I had the one pulled up in front. I got to pull this one back up again. I've got 3 of them. They got so in depth the other night that they talked. Number one, they did about 15 pages of discussion about money, and they did about 13 pages. I think they did 13 pages of discussion about Gabe. 13 word pages. That's how long they spend. And then they did 10 pages of attacking buyers. 10 fucking pages. And it's relayed like this. Like I've set it up here. 10 pages attacking buyers. You know, I thought it was interesting too. One of the people that they attacked is a quote unquote flipper over there, dragged themselves back and is right back in the fray. You know what? If somebody insulted me, if they didn't send me my shit and I wrote them over and over again, and by the way, no thank yous. You know, a bunch of us, they brought it up. Public pressure ends up getting your stuff, and I didn't notice any thank you. So, oh well, you know, none of these people ever thank us, do they? You know,
They don't.
it's sad, but you know,
They're very ungrateful.
they very well are. It's sad.
Very ungrateful for all we've done for them.
Yeah, I know. And look, though, they told them to, but he'll get bond. He'll be out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You got to enjoy that.
Yep.
And they're like, but you know what? They don't control the narrative. They don't control Gabe's story. Gabe does. No, actually, I believe the people who control that are the state now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Gabe has a right to tell his story, sure,
Sure.
but we also have a right to tell the story that's going on from the state's perspective, and you know, from the evidence at hand. And you know, we don't just have the state's evidence; we actually have more evidence than they do, because we've heard this man get ripped, stoned on stream, and then go drive. We've seen more than the state has. We actually know the man is guilty of driving under the influence. So we even know more than the state does.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, we got the I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry because the thought of him being where he is, it kills me. You know, that's the man I love. And you know what? It says, let me do the right voice first. He's in there, you know, for something that from the get-go, he didn't do anything wrong. It's a civil case.
It's not a civil case, you absolute dumbass. It is a criminal felony case. You don't call, there's no such thing as a civil felony.
There
And
also
by the
is
way,
no probation
she
for
thinks-
civil. I can't go and sue Megan for that freaking $40 that I need from her right now. and if I win, I can't be like, you know what? Now you're on
Put her on
probation.
probation. Yeah,
Yep.
no, that's not how that works. And also, she thinks she's going to get to litigate the underlying case in his hearing for his violation. That is not going to happen. In no way, in no universe, is this state going to allow Gabe to relitigate the underlying case that's already been adjudicated and closed. No. That's what appeals processes are for. You want to go appeal it, appeal your conviction? Well, go do that. You don't get to reopen it after you violate parole 3 times. In fact, what I think is going to happen to him, and this is just my guess, but based on what I've read in other cases in Florida when stuff like this happens, I think they're going to reverse his probation and give him whatever the sentence was going to be. I think he's going to spend time in jail, real time.
That'll be crazy. That'll be crazy. You know what, though?
Well, they gave him the opportunity to work it off the way he was supposed to, but he wouldn't.
I'm going to say when you start fucking over a bunch of elderly people and you know what we read for all that maybe the state should have done that in the first place. And Sumter County, this is what you've thrown in with. Good job. Love you guys.
Yeah, good work.
Yeah.
I think that he will get the original sentence. That's what Florida judges generally do in this case, in these cases.
It's interesting. Again, they're saying we will not. He's definitely going to get the worst since she's talking about how she ain't playing for no lawyer for his ass.
Yeah.
You know?
If they don't get him a lawyer, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah. No, you know, she's going to represent him, I'm sure. That'll be amazing.
Sure.
Please, God, let it happen. Please,
Yeah.
God, do it. Let it happen. Why don't you go in there and why don't you tell them law by paint chips? That'll be real good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be amazing. So here was the story about it, by the way. They're like, you know, that it's kind of weird. They show like a probation officer testing because they're talking about that video, right? All these things. There were like 5 or 6 different energy drinks and 5-hour energy, you know, if they go to the gas station and you get 5-hour energy and the small things, they have like vitamins and stuff, with the 5-hour energy drinks.
This is so embarrassing. The secondhand embarrassment is real.
Oh, it's crazy because they're telling you B, like vitamin B. And again, if you just dump random shit in a cup and stick a dip test in it, yeah, it's not made to do that. So you're going to get all kinds of weird results,
Mhm.
So they're like, yeah, I got that video, but what really happened? So anyway, he went out with a friend, and he has like a few beers. Yeah, this one friend, he had other friends there too. They were all like buying shots for Gabe, celebrating his birthday. They're watching the World Cup, and then afterwards they went back to his friend's house, and I ended up, I was going to go live. It was a Saturday Night Live. Yeah, Saturday Night Almost Live. Saturday Night Almost Live. I like that. I was actually gonna go with them, and then I was like, no, you go out, you're doing your birthday thing. Go ahead and have some fun because he doesn't go out with anybody. He just hangs out. He really does anything, with his friends or anything. So I don't know. I was gonna go live, but around 9:30. I received a call from his friend, and he says, I like, here's a direct quote. He says, I think you might want to come get Gabe. And I'm like, why? He goes, well, because he wants to go home, and yeah. So he's drunk, and which is fine, by the way, So 9:30. So he apparently goes out for the night with friends and comes back at 9:30. What? That's really weird, right? Okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's really weird. How early did they start drinking that he was wasted, passed out by 9:30?
not only that, but I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you, when you start going to bars and drinking, and then you go over to other people's homes, typically when you're having like a night out celebration like that, that means that you've gone to do something else. And that's what it sounds
Yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
It very much sounds like
Something that you can't do in a public bar.
Yep. So
Uh-huh.
like, but he ended up
Like,
waking
I
up.
don't know, snort or smoke stuff that's not legal?
Yeah, when they say powder your nose in the bathroom, that's not what they mean. Just to say.
Wait, Steve says, when you live in the villages, you eat dinner at 4:30 and the night of partying ends by 10. Fair. Fair.
If there's caveat, apparently, if you have a home rental from, places outside of Florida, apparently there's some caveat that people in the villages complain about. But he wakes up the next morning and he has like a really bad hangover, and so he's like, man, I hope you didn't do anything stupid. And he's like, I don't remember. I like blacked out or something. I don't remember anything. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I've already said one thing he did. He was doing those 5-hour energy drinks. Here it comes. Them all the time, right? Well, here's a question too. If he's doing energy drinks all the time, why isn't he popping positive every time?
That's that's a really good question. Mhm.
Yeah, I was curious about that. But I didn't even mention it yet, but somebody sends me this video and I'm watching it. It's probation officers laid out all the energy drinks, right? And he's testing them. What we tested using at probation. One of them was a Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull, 5-hour energy drink. They also had this organic like B1, B12 drink. So they tested them all, and oh my God, you wouldn't believe what comes up, Megan. It comes up as like methadone and Suboxone. And,
Yeah, well,
and one
she's
of them
talking
comes up.
about that bullshit YouTube video where they were literally dipping the test for urine into
Well,
the actual drinks. That's not what they're for.
Well, this tells you why you wouldn't do that. It's kind of like it's kind of like idiots not understanding this stuff. He also, if he was really bothered by it, he could have requested a blood pool too.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't have straight up,
Sure.
but he admitted to using. That's what they're saying.
He admitted it. Why would the guy write that he admitted it if he didn't? That's stupid.
Well, this is the guy that they said they all sat around and laughed with, right? Remember when?
Yeah.
Remember that thought it was so funny when apparently people and one of those people I'm assuming is one Lynette Preston that called because well, yeah, she definitely was making contact. That's what I heard, that she contacted Gabe's probation officer. So they were all having a guffaw kind of time about it. Why would that guy that likes him so much then write in something that's not true? That's weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, by the way, I love this. This is they're like, some of you might not know what PCP is. It's like angel dust. Then it just ends there. Well, that doesn't help.
What?
Yeah, she just stops there. It's like, wait a minute. That's not going to explain it to anybody. Whoa, it's dust made out of real angels? Awesome.
God.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, but most of them came up as methadone, Suboxone. Only one came up with cocaine. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Uh-huh.
She also admits that they sample. Listen to this, is amazing. When you go to a dispensary and they have all these different kinds of things you can choose from, right? So some of your friends have the same things. You're testing things out, sharing whatever. He's like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to share your shit with other people. Yeah. But I mean, we've had people.
Yeah, that's not legal either.
Oh, she's bragging about them.
Uh-huh.
We've had people come.
So they all go and they all get their medical stuff and then they get together and they swap. I don't think that's what's supposed to happen.
Listen to this story, which is amazing. So, they're all like, he smokes out, which was the pipe, right? And that's what he thought. He went right to the probation officer and told him, because after smoking, he felt a little weird.
Yeah, because crackheads, they always leave extra rocks in the pipe. That's what crackheads do, right? They're not carpet surfing and searching for every possible dropped rock. They're leaving unsmoked rocks in the pipe. And also somehow smoking crack out of a weed pipe. That really doesn't make sense. Like, I've been around my fair share of drug users in the past.
Right.
You don't put crack in a weed pipe, okay?
He's like, it could have been pot. We didn't know that at the time, which we're there. That's how he got his name, Poppy Seed. So we're back to check this Poppy Seeds thing out. Now, remember the last time we heard about Poppy Seeds, it was something we supposedly created to call him a heroin user, right? That's how it that's how the last spin, which is not true. They came up with it, but still, that was the last spin. So watch it reset now. So that's where he got his name, Poppy Seeds. Like I don't know. It could have been bagels. That's what the poppy seed thing is.
Oh my gosh, they're so stupid. Again, for the 8,000th time, poppy seeds come from the poppy plant, which is used to make heroin, which is an opiate, not a stimulant like cocaine. You would never have a heroin derivative pop positive for a stimulant. That doesn't make any sense. Please read something. Read science. What am I talking about? Who am I trying to argue with? I'm trying to argue with goddamn loser druggies. I mean, these are people who sit around considering that birds are agents of the government. I can't.
Oh my God, maybe that's why everybody doesn't like all those birdhouses over there with German hills. It's the government.
Yes, cocaine comes from the coca plant, and that is a completely separate plant than the poppy plants.
Well, also, here's an idea. Which is more feasible? Is your continued drug pops, or it poppy seeds and 5-hour energy drinks and Red Bulls, or a plot by the government, or is it the fact that Gabe's an addict? Which one?
Yeah. I can't believe I know more about drugs than these people. considering that they do them all day long. Like, how do I know more about drugs than this crew? I think they're
Obviously.
faking. I think they're faking. That's what I think.
They're like, we were looking it up like poppy seeds, and are you kidding me? But anyway, that's the joke on here. They've been running with that. That's why they've been nicknaming him poppy seeds. But anyway, you know.
God.
Oh my God, where is the? Okay, so he told his probation officer on Monday. Tuesday, he completed all of his classes he had to. He told the probation officer on Monday morning what happened. They did a test on him. They never said anything. He just thought everything was fine.
Maybe the test didn't come back immediately. I mean, do they ever tell him right away? They might not have told him because they might have thought he was a flight risk.
It says that he admitted to it on the 29th. Though.
Yeah, so wait a minute. How could they not have told him if he admitted it?
Yeah, and I mean...
And didn't she say that he told his probation officer that he was worried about how he felt weird?
Yeah, well... I mean, the story just gets weirder.
It just keeps changing all the time.
That's why I love they're like, you know, again, this is why they do not like you pointing out their own words, because their own words, their stories are always, it's an ever-changing flow. So he had paid off his restitution. He's supposed to be getting off probation next week. Wait, what? Yeah. Sure. You know, and meanwhile, people are giving money. This is for Gabe. Oh, it's like, are you fucking kidding me, you idiots? Okay, whatever, fucking morons, dude. But it's amazing. So it's in a motion that the court gets off probation. That's how it was like. No, well, we send when he's but we're waiting to find out about a warrant. And he's like, oh, okay. And he left and he's driving back. He comes home and he's like, I think you need to call the probation officer. And he said, because when I asked him about the motion, when I asked him about that and how to get off of it, he said something about a warrant. And I said, what? I said, I don't know, because I kind of was like, okay, whatever. And then I walked out and I was thinking on the way home, what the hell? Why would there be a warrant? What the hell's a warrant? So we called him and he told Gabe that he, what's it called? Violated. Yeah. What's it called? Yeah. You don't know what violated is. It's only happened a few times, right? Now, they even admit here that they thought it was a violation for excessive alcohol. Because, you know, you're not supposed to do anything to excess. So right now, here's the thing. You're allowed to drink alcohol. Alcohol is legal. But it says in the paperwork, Gabe didn't know this, even though he signed it. So their excuse, too, is he signed the paper that deals with his freedom, but he didn't look at the rules.
God.
Here's the thing, Megan. I get that sometimes, like when you're signing up for, say, Amazon, right, or like Disney Plus trial, maybe you don't read the fine print. But wouldn't you read the fine print if if you could go to prison for it? Don't you think you would know the rules?
You would think you would know the rules. Yeah.
I would hope so. I would hope so. But they didn't know. It's fine print. It's fine print. I'm going to have to get a copy of that, by the way, and see how fine the fine print is, you know. But it's fine print stuff. And it says something about not doing intoxicants to excess. Okay. All right. And by what Gabe told him, by the way, you know what's funny is when this pops into the story, that didn't pop into the story until people started talking about it publicly. Because, you know, we all started talking about how you can't drink to excess and you can't do anything else to excess. And then they're popping it off. They're like, all right. Okay, but what Gabe told them, being where he was and that they bought him shot after shot and he was like kind of out of it, you know, that in of itself could have been a violation. Right. So Gabe wrote down on the paperwork, that's what he did. So she's trying to spin it and say Gabe was admitting to doing
To the
intoxicant.
drinking.
Yes.
Sure.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Not to cocaine. See, so that's a new spin to it. But again, that's why I put all this together, to keep this in one wonderful part, because we're going to have everybody blamed but Gabe. And I love this story. This is how it comes together. But so we don't actually know if he's failed a urine test, or it says that he did. I forget what it says on there. Yeah, you don't know. You just have seen it, and you've seen us showing it, and you've tried striking them down, even though, yeah, bunch of bullshit. But hey, you don't know what it says, right? But he was never told, and he did, but he agreed to the fact that he shouldn't have been there. But because basically, if you're around people that are doing crazy, you shouldn't be around. Yeah, it's their fault he did cocaine, by the way. It's their fault.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Because that is kind of the thing there, Yeah, but they didn't say that. But they said that he failed a drug test. He just finds it odd that they didn't tell him that when he left. Now you're coming off probation, so sometimes here's the. So sometimes they try to keep you on it. Look at that. This is their excuse there. When you're coming off probation.
It's conspiracy. The
Yeah.
government is conspiring against Gabe. Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
It's the poppy seeds and 5-hour energy drinks conspired against him. And, they got together with the probation department.
Good Lord.
I love it. It's so dumb. But probation is set up for you to fail in the first place. No, it's set up with a bunch of rules. It's pretty simple. Okay. He's had multiple chances. Like it's not like he didn't have them. And yeah, they put these rules on there, not because it's set up for you to fail, but it's actually another chance for you to succeed. It's more chances than some assholes deserve, just to be honest,
Uh-huh.
So for them to say, oh, that's it. No. If you're if you don't want to clean your life up and shit, then you won't succeed. You have to want it. It's just like anything. You have to want it. But yeah, you can sit around, blame other people, and bilk money out of dumbasses, telling them that it's somehow the government that failed his P test. But okay. And this is no excuse, but this is just reality. It's not an excuse, Megan. It's a reality. It's the reality.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so we knew about this a month ago, right? But it's odd that it's filed like after July 4th. When it happened, a week before, because they should have filed it, pronto. Yeah. They should have just got on it, right? Doggone it. And they did it anyway, but they should have done it a month ago. Yeah. But it goes on from there. There's all this fucking excuses for all of this, with that. And I like this contradiction, by the way. I did want to point out, they tell you about how honest Gabe is, right? While they're talking about how he didn't supposedly commit grand theft. So he's very honest, right? He's very honest.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Gabe's super honest.
Yep.
Was that before or after he defrauded the elderly people?
I like this too. They were like, by the way, put it this way. If someone's an addict, why on earth would they agree to go on probation for 3 years? Because they didn't want to go to jail. Like, what was their other choice? Do you think they were like, okay, well, here you go. You can go to jail. You can go probation for 3 years, or you can go pick flowers and just go home. I mean, what the fuck do you think the other choices were? Oh my God. They make it sound like there were all these amazing freaking things that go on. But they were telling everybody that, again, 5-hour energy, conspiracy against them. Oh God. Just amazing. Between this and the butt hurt over Just Jay, I've been pretty entertained.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go over the whole. I'm going to go over his article probably this weekend because I want to laugh at the whole thing. But this
Jay's
is amazing.
famous, you know. Volmet's made him famous now. I'm sure
Oh,
that
yeah.
I'm sure he's quaking in his pear-shaped boots because now he's been exposed on a website that has 3 sock puppets and Volmet's mom reading it.
And they were like, he's such a bully. We sent him though packing with his with his tail between his legs.
Yeah.
Pullman starts screaming at him. I mean, just screaming at him the other night.
He is such a loser, that guy. Oh my God. He is.
Well, what's funny is
Jay says he's shutting down his channel. His channel. It's it. That's it. It's over. You know, he got exposed. And Just Jay isn't going to be on YouTube anymore. He's shut. You heard it here first, folks. It's breaking news. Where's my breaking news button? There we go. Breaking news, everybody. Just Jay Jason Hipsher. That's right. The guy who doxes himself online. He's shutting down his YouTube channel. There will be no more Ketchup Show. And we're all very heartbroken. We will miss Ketchup a lot.
It's so sad, too.
Not Jay so much.
Let's see some of this post. Jason Hipsher. Whoops, wrong voice. Trying to bring his smoke.
You need to do the voice cracking for him. Like he sounds like a prepubescent boy.
Dude, he looks so sad. Look at this picture. This is
he looks homeless. I'm telling you. Oh my God.
I think it's because he was trying to outdo the other guy that replaced him. Check this picture out. Like this is look at him right there. Look at that. I mean,
he's just the saddest little Muppet.
It's so sad looking. But he was posting about it, and he said that
Jay, I want my 99 cents back. If you're shutting down YouTube, I want a refund on my 99-cent membership.
It's like Jason Hipsher trying to bring the smoke. But he brought hot air instead. Oh, he probably thought that was slick too. He's like, "Oh, it's so good." Oh.
Is it loading for you? It's just spinning for me. Oh, there. Now I can see it. Okay.
Faced with overwhelming evidence that he supports vicious bullies for clicks.
Vicious bullying for clicks. This guy, by the way, Michael Volmet. Let me just tell you something about him. He is a guy who prides himself on bullying people. Like the idea, when I knew him, he would have laughed at the idea that an adult can bully another adult. He would laugh and be like, grow up. You should see the press inquiries he sends to people, which are the definition of bullying.
Oh, I saw where he got, that one lady in trouble, and he thought he was getting in trouble too, because he calls a guy up and he's like, essentially, are you a PDF file? And the dude's like, no. He's like, well, I'm a journalist. The guy's like, I don't think you are. Well, I think I am.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Oh, I think I am. Okay. But he's like, he left the it's an interrogation. Apparently, when Jay's sitting over there moderating, because he likes to go over and moderate for paint chips, apparently with him screaming the last 20 minutes at the chat, apparently that was an interrogation. Did you know that? And then they were
an interrogation. Sure.
And they were so on it, doggone it, by the way. He had to write an article about it. And check this hard-hitting
And what's
article
funny about
Jay.
it is that he's such a terrible writer. He never informs his audience who the hell he's talking about. No one knows who Jason Hipsher is. He doesn't explain it, that he's a YouTuber, or that he is connected to something through this or that. He just expects people to know what he's talking about. So that's why when new people might stumble across this nonsense, they'll get 4 sentences in and go, the fuck am I reading?
Well, it's got I don't know, Megan. It has a mighty 3 likes and 2 comments. Can you guess who the 2 comments are from?
3 sock puppets and Volmet's mom.
No, they're actually through names. There are 2 comments from Richard Luthman and Michael Volmet. That's right.
Commenting on their own article.
Yep. Check it out. Look how much, they were so upset. Look, this is the This is what they write about Jay because they're so butthurt. Look at this. And then at the bottom, it's like, look at it. He's like, oh my God. Well, you know what I think is hilarious too? Fat boy here is obviously using AI. You know, he's obviously using AI for his answer. And they're so just dumb and not good.
Yes, they're very dumb.
And they're like,
but they're dumb. But how dumb they are
fandom.
is funny, at least. At least it's entertaining.
I think it's funny that they're like, it's a toxic fandom. Yeah, coming from I'm going to say, coming from a piece of shit that spent 4 years in prison, the moral grandstanding here is amazing to me.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be taking any moral advice from this guy who took advantage of a blind man. You know?
Yeah, it's
no thanks, Paint Chips.
amazing.
I'll pass on your moral teachings. I'll pass. By the way, I also think it's hilarious that he's a member of the Knights of Columbus. I wonder if his fellow knights know the kind of shit he's up to, you know? Because the Knights of Columbus are like a really nice Catholic organization with like really nice people in it. I doubt they have any idea this guy is a felon.
Oh God, you have to hear part of this. I bet, like again, I think it's funny they do interviews with politicians. I'm sure politicians don't realize that a person that they are interviewing with has had problems with election related.
Yeah, fraud.
Yep, big problems there. Listen to this though; it's so funny. One of Jeremy Hale's hanger-ons had no answers when confronted with his hero's malfeasance, corruption, and abusive behavior. The Paint Chips and I went down the rabbit hole. That sounds pretty sexy. Did they go down your rabbit hole, Jay? I don't like it when we go from talking about getting Nobel in prison to going down Jay's rabbit hole.
Oh, God. Can we please not talk about Jay's rabbit hole? Nobody needs that.
No, what's hilarious is they use Google AI to answer the questions about it.
Yeah, but wait, here's the worst part about that. It's a completely fraudulent inquiry because they have purposefully screwed up Google's results with their own fabricated writings. So they wrote a bunch of defamatory shit about Jeremy Hales. Then they asked Google all these leading questions about Jeremy Hales, and they direct Google right to their links for their defamatory shit. And of course, Google is just a machine. It's just going to spit back the stuff it knows from searches. And they've done this on purpose, and they think this is a win somehow, like showing us that you fucked around with Google's results and now your stuff that you write is coming up. And none of these assertions they've made are verified. It's just all their opinion on Jeremy Hales.
Well, let's ask. Tell me about Richard Luthman.
Oh yeah, let's ask Google AI about that.
Yeah, just tell me about Richard Luthman. Richard Luthman is a disgraced former attorney from Staten Island, New York, who gained international notoriety in 2015 for requesting legally sanctioned trial by ComEd to settle a civil lawsuits. So you tried that before. You know what's funny is the trial by combat thing with him. It's not even new. That's the funniest thing. He had to go back to some greatest hits because he thought, oh man, you know what? I actually got attention back then. You know, his legal career ended after he was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in a multi-million-dollar fraud and extortion state. Again, that's who these people, they love to throw in, and it goes through a little from this scrap metal fraud to the armed extortion and much more, disbarment. So yeah, it's very, very interesting there. But what's funny is, look, they've got a quote. They're talking about how Hipshire is a nobody. About approximately an hour in, I noticed Jason Hipshire, just J-Hip, commenting in the audience. Hipshire's a relatively small YouTube channel who once boasted me as 270 live viewers.
I wouldn't call him relatively small compared to you, Vomit, who has no channel
He's been busting over 500 at a time. They have to quote old numbers, dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
busting out
Like
the
today, I think he had like 500 or 600 in the chat, like at
yeah.
live. That's a pretty big show.
That is indeed a big show.
It's a
That is
big show.
that is a
Good size show. Bigger than that and bigger numbers than Volmit's ever seen and ever will see.
Yep. Well, what's funny too is they talk about, well, these people only get some notoriety from Hales. Well, unfortunately, that they can't even get the notoriety talking about Hales. That's the
No, they
saddest thing.
can't. They can't get that either. You know what I just noticed? So the court record is, so the charging document is available on Gabe.
Mhm.
They have really got to fix his name spelling in their system. They keep spelling it differently every time. In every document,
Yeah.
they spell it with an A or an E, and they keep switching it.
Well, that's what I
Somebody has
noticed. They
got to
made it
fix
hard
that.
to, yeah, it made it hard to find him, you know?
Yeah, it does, and it's really kind of an unforgivable error because you're giving her excuses to be like, that's not him, right? That's
Mhm.
not him. You spelled his name wrong. That's somebody else. It's not somebody else. It's literally him. But by the way, in case you were wondering, the charges, the narrative here says, this is pretty quick. It says defendant was transported from the Sumter County Jail to the Volusia County Jail on 2 active Volusia County warrants. One was issued by, or they were both issued by Judge Blackburn on August 6, 2026. And the charge was a VOP on both, violation of parole and no bond. So that's the newest document, and that's all it says. It's just what he's being charged with, which is a violation of probation on 2 different warrants.
Well, that's weird. I
What?
thought it was just I thought he was being charged because, of setup and something else.
Yeah. Well, that's not what the county record says. The county record says it's 2 warrants, and yeah.
Obviously, that can't be right. That's not what I was told on YouTube, in the spin cycle. So apparently that can't be right. Apparently, Megan, they have to be wrong.
Apparently.
I love the fact that Shizzy got an answer from an energy drink, 5-hour energy drink. I just love that, by the way. I'll probably go over this weekend. I'm not going over it today, though. Look at all this. Just look at it. Just keeps going on.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
And on. It'll be fun to make fun of, but not yet.
Yep.
What's funny too? They like to bring up Jeremy Hale's kid, but we're not supposed to talk about Michael Volmit's kid and Michael Volmit's how he ended up with the kid, are we?
Yeah, he doesn't like that. But he sure has no problem talking about Jeremy Hales' kid.
Yeah. Man, that's weird.
Or mine, for that matter. All these people.
Yeah, if people didn't realize, by the way, we were talking about at the very beginning. We laughed about it, but we didn't note. So John Cook was trying to make fun of Megan Fox's home, which was really interesting from a guy who lives in a tent and, it's not allowed inside, apparently. I mean, from a dude wandering his property with crotch bandages on. That's
and
just
his
amazing.
janky fence with his aluminum shields, and but he has the nerve to talk about my house. But no, you're absolutely right, John. It's a hovel. It's a dump. Nothing to be seen here. Nothing to call home about or
What's weird?
Try and take it anyway. No. It's a total garbage dump. Yep.
Well, it is weird that Felisa's obsessed with your house since it's just a garbage dump, right?
Yeah, I don't know why she wants me to preserve my assets. My assets are apparently, it's a hovel. I live in a hovel.
Maybe she needs to preserve Lynette Preston's assets.
Yeah.
It's very strange that again, it was really funny to listen to them spin. By the way, I was watching. I want to go over one other thing too. They were talking about rocks about product, and they admitted that their products. Guess where they come from, Megan? Can you guess where they're from?
China.
How did you know? Gosh. I think everybody knew that.
I think everybody knew that. Like it's not really.
But they're not Temu. They're not. Check this out. This is amazing. So, they have.
They're not Temu.
Connections
They're
in
just
China.
some other They're from some other Chinese sweatshop.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They've
Maybe
got
that's
real
what she meant
connections
by
in China.
minors. She meant that they're being made by minors in China.
Yeah, when she said minors, I didn't realize she meant underage people with really small hands.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that, but now I agree. Maybe minors do make them. She's like, listen. Anyway, yesterday, Tug takes blah blah blah. So Tug says, "Is Lisa buying Temu rocks because it's from China?" Oh, this guy's an idiot. Oh, he's an idiot. Does anybody have any idea where most of these crystals are carved and stuff? This is amazing.
God.
You can get them from any mine. Yeah, of course. But do you have any idea where these crystals are carved and where a lot of the warehouses and wholesalers purchase crystals from? Any idea? Oh man, any idea? I don't. Oh, it's supposed to be Tugger. Tug is a complete effing moron. I don't buy Temu rocks. I don't buy them Temu rocks. Let's go. Let's see. Don't buy the Temu rocks. That's right. Man, yeah. I've had a lot of crystals way before it ever happened, and people overseas are where I got my crystals from. Wait. Crystals from where did you get them? Oh, wait. Remember that little thing? This is the reason this is coming up, by the way, is because there was a little document that made itself public. So her crystals, they came from where overseas, by the way? Oh, here it is. They came from China. My small business gets its products from China.
Sure.
Let me ask it. Let's see. Are crystals of good quality normally sourced from China? From China. Let me ask you. Let's see.
But she talks to the carvers, though, Tug.
Yeah.
She's in touch with the carvers. You understand? The carvers.
I asked it, are crystals of good quality normally sourced from China? It's like, no, high quality normal natural crystals are generally not what you find from cheap storefronts in China.
Oh God.
You can get items from China, but it's amazing when you look at a lot of this crap. You tell me, you tell me, where's it come from? Because again, I was showing off my wonderful high dollar reduced purchases I got from one time that somebody else paid $40 reduce for. That's right. I got a marble.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got a marble and I got a quartz crystal. A quartz crystal that looks
They
like
look like total garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look at the size of it and look at the clarity and everything else of it too. I mean, this is such a piece of shit crystal. Like, look, here is a keychain. Just to say, those you've seen these many times, so it gives you an idea of how big this is compared to one of these type of keychains. And look at it. Look at the lack of clarity. Look how clouded up and awful that looks. So this.
Oh yeah, awful. Unreal.
This and a marble. This marble. This thing. Scratches it off.
Look at it. Looks like, oh my God. Is that a number 4 written on it?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's a scratch or
Oh my God.
I mean, but this is the way that it ended up landing. So scratches and everything. Isn't it beautiful?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's $40 reduced worth of stuff right there. Not counting shipping, by the way.
Of course.
These two wonderful things.
$40.
$40.
That white crystal looks like it's dirty. It's gross.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cheap quartz crystal. It's very cheap. Like these right here, you can buy for. I'm going to be real nice about it and say that you didn't buy them in a clump, which you know it was, but yeah, $1 maybe. And this right here, we were looking on ThATuMBRELLAgUy, and you could buy things like this for 30 cents a pop. So $1.30. Hey, let's call it $2. You know, so $40. Well, that's a hell of a markup, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention all the other stuff, but yeah, we were told the crystals there. So here's the explanation. The reason I brought that up was because of the beer bug crystals. Right? So yeah, I do have people overseas where I get my crystals from. And when I was talking about the beer bug in there, that's where I was getting a lot of my crystals from. I still get my crystals from there. That's the shipments that come in from overseas. Duh. Where's the warehouse? Duh, China. I thought they said something about sourcing shit in the United States a while back. Somebody, again, I thought I heard that at one time. So if somebody could dig that quote up, if you have one, bonus points for you, because I really thought they had talked about that. But hey. Anyway, he's agreeing with old Shizzy. God. We're all lying. Yeah, I everything's a lie that has to deal with her. Right? Everything's a lie, but from other people, of course. No.
Of course.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the with the article that came out of it. Boy, they were not happy about that article
Oh,
from the
no.
Villages.
Oh, I'm sure she's throwing an absolute fit. I bet she has emailed the editor and, I'm sure she's just throwing her major Karen fit.
Mm-hmm. She's like, Coop, by the way, Mr. Coop, he's gonna be sued, and I'm gonna be sued for saying so. Also, they were throwing fits about something that Mr. Coop said that was actually a pretty damn good quote. He was talking about business, and he said, quote, Coop saying not dealing with online sales properly is self-sabotage. You're destroying your business. So that sounds right. That's right. And she's like, well, what does he know about business? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Anybody, Business 101 says that if you're not dealing with your online sales, if you're treating your people like shit, they're complaining. You're hardcore people. They're throwing fits publicly. It takes us talking about it to get it. And maybe you get some of them in line, but some of them, they complained about one of the people there, Itty Bitty, who they blocked, who had bought quite a few products and continued to buy products over months. And after you get 6 months, 180 days where you can file a guarantee through PayPal. So they wait, they file something, and then according to 2L, right after that, they end up getting their products. But she ended up getting hit for the money on it and says that was stealing from her and fraud and more. I'm going to say, if you don't give me my shit for 6 months, I'm going to fucking file a return on it, I'm not going to wait around and just let it sit. That's probably the bad business. But anyway, so we got a whole night of dumping on somebody that had purchased items. Apparently, they filed 11 different things. And she was like, well, I turned over my receipts and everything. And guess what happened? They went against me anyway. Then they had the audacity with that to blame the ex mods, that had moved on, the mod squad, Stacy. Yeah, they decided to blame Stacy.
It's always everybody else's fault. She never takes any responsibility for anything that goes wrong. It's always
I can tell you, Stacy's behind the PayPal attacks.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Wow.
Which the person themselves came out and said, that's not true. The truth is that they didn't deliver a product, that this person went and they complained about it because they hadn't gotten their product in so long. And yet, isn't that strange? You know, isn't it strange? Like you said, everybody else is to blame for this. Like Stacy, it's somehow conspiracy insert. And none of these, there's so many of these morons, some of them who didn't get their products themselves. And like I said, threw fits about it, but they're right back in there, you know, after we managed to get them their products. We do it, not them. Oh, there's a fit throw. No, it was all of us talking about it because that made them look bad. And right after it, they're right back in there kissing that ass again. You know, so the next time they get defrauded, enjoy sucking that money up. Enjoy sucking that loss up. Because next time when it happens, I'm just going to be like, more people complaining about getting defrauded, but I'm definitely not bringing who you are up and fixing your issues. You know? I'm going to hit super chats now. And we're going to end early today. You sticking or you out?
I'm going to stick for a couple minutes. I'm doing some research on what might happen to him with his court history, and I'm coming up with some interesting stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard some people talking about, you know, let's just say there are people in the know also, not just, you know, there are people who've been on the wrong side of the law there too. And they were talking about how Florida likes to deal with that. And yeah, that might not be a really good thing for them. He may be spending some time in jail. So.
Yeah, because he's violated it multiple times. And in Florida, they really just, they have already offered him the alternative sanctions program. And then because of the, you know, other violation, and then I think they revoked it on the second violation. And now we're on the third. So, and this is all within 1 year, right?
Yeah.
So that's a problem for him. It really is a big problem. 3 times and you're out. I think he's going to do some time. I mean, that's not, it could be like they could put him on a ankle monitor, possibly. But I don't know. It's not looking good. My research says he could get the book thrown at him.
It's a bad place to be. no matter what. It's not a place that you want to be. It's not a place where you want to, you know, dare the courts to really take you on. I feel like they've, again, you're dealing with a guy that all these people know has a problem. They've known that from before because he tests dirty. So they know he has a problem. And what they've done is they've enabled his behavior. They've gone and they've sent copious amounts of money to these folks. And they've asked for no oversight, none whatsoever. So, you know, and in fact, they buy into any stupid thing that they're told. Well, what do you think happens with that? What do you think happens with money when it's meant for something else, but it doesn't pop up for something? Well, it's probably, you know, hopefully it's sitting around waiting, but that's not typically how things happen. You know, you typically don't have people sitting on money that and just waiting around and hoping, you know, well, yeah, it's definitely gonna go for what you meant. No, it's probably gonna go for the wrong thing. But hey, what do I know, right? Let's hit some of these while you're looking over there. Judy, thank you for the gold coin.
Looking.
Hey, Max Lab, thank you for the buck there. Appreciate you, man. Laura, thank you for the gold coin. Linda, thank you for the silver star. Appreciate it. My friend, what's up? Thank you for the sparkles. Smoking Cats, thank you for the treat there. Fun, thank you for the happy poop. What a name. Vicky, thank you for the thumbs up. Sherry, thank you for the floating heart there. Hey, Nikki, thank you for the silver star. Also, Nikki, thank you for the other silver star. Appreciate that. AJ's World, what's up? Thank you for the 200 jewels and the sunshine. Thank you there. And Nikki, thank you for the 200 jewels and sunshine as well. Heck yeah, appreciate that. Melanie, thank you for the floating heart. Appreciate you. Sherry, thank you for the gold coin. 2012, thanks for the 5. How to get Megan a rat. First start with a rabbit. Then get her a ferret. Then after that, get her a guinea pig. And finally end with a rat. Yeah, that's with a rat where it ends. Well, you know, I was talking to Megan Fox the other day. It was just the other day. And she told me behind the scenes, you know what, Todd? I've only had one wish since I was a little kid. One
God.
whiff.
I didn't
That's right.
say any of this.
But you
Here
did.
he
It
goes
was like,
again.
you know what I want? I want a gigantic boa constrictor snake.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
no.
Yep, that's what she told me. She's like, I want
No.
one, but I want one that's friendly with rats. And I was like, how does that work? And
No.
she's like, I don't know. Figure it
I
out,
don't want
Doug.
any of this.
Yeah,
No.
that's what she said to me.
Nope,
That's how I
don't like
remember it anyway.
snakes. Don't like snakes. Nope.
Yeah, she said it's something like that. Again, maybe I'm paraphrasing a little paraphrasing, by the way. That's how I remember it. 2012. Thank you for the happy poop there. Appreciate that. Andre, thanks for the tip. What about the woman who's arrested for cotton candy? Yeah, well, what they did, you got to think that's the same problem we're talking about. So police took cotton candy and put it into a drug tester.
What?
Yeah. So a woman ends up, they want to test some substances, right?
Oh,
so they
no.
take cotton candy. Now, they find a bag of cotton candy in the back seat. They even say it looks like cotton candy. The weird thing about that, right? They go and they put it into that, the drug tester. Well, cotton candy, it uses food dyes and other items, right? So, of course, when you put it into a drug tester, it's going to change the color of the water, right? I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, when it changes it changes it to a color that they said, oh, that's a test for methamphetamine.
Oh my
So
God.
they put her, well, the amount of cotton candy that they had in the bag, they get her for distributing. So they put her in jail and they won't give her any kind of out. She ends up waiting for, I forget how many weeks, but she ends up in jail for weeks because they put her on one hell of a bond. Yeah. And then they find out it was cotton candy, but she ends up losing her home, losing her job, losing everything. And guess what happens to that? You guess who gets blamed for it with money? No one. That's right. They say that the police were just doing their job. The county is not liable in any way because training was good. And the testing, the roadside testing kits, they already have immunity for any kind of defectiveness. So, yeah. I mean, you're talking about roadside defect. And here's the thing, though. Like I said, with Gabe, first of all, this ain't his first rodeo. Second of all, it looks like he actually admitted to the problem. So, even if we talk about the issues with drug detection and everything else, third, he could have requested a blood pool.
Yeah.
But he did not. Because he knows he's testing dirty. I mean, and all their stories on that, they just keep changing. Before we were supposed to buy into the fact that it was poppy seeds. And then when the poppy seeds thing falls apart, they start blaming us for saying that actually that's us calling him a heroin user. And now we're back to that again, but we're also back to 5-hour energy drinks and more. So, yeah. I also don't like having to take up for the fucking system because I'm not a friend of police. I don't like police. I don't like the system that's set up. I think it attacks all kinds of innocent people. But these people, I've watched them. And they're not innocent. I think many of them. And again, Gabe admitted to what he did. And the question, again, isn't drug use. The question is, what exactly is paying for all of that? And I think we know the answer. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Andre. William, thanks for the 10. My wife is an LPN at a pain clinic. You wouldn't believe the stupid stuff people do to try to pass the EDS test. Oh, yeah. Oh, one night he could get away with filling it with cold water from the tap. Yeah, we used to. So with therapy, that's what we did. Hey, I hear you. Give me a second. You got a minute to come there? Oh, hey. Man, you flew down those steps.
I did.
I know you did. It was like you were a rocket. What are you doing?
Been upstairs and maybe
You
after
change
this.
clothes? Yeah, I like your shirt. That's cute.
Yeah.
It's a coloring shirt. You can color. We can paint that and stuff. Did you know that?
We have color pens.
Oh,
How did you
my.
get your thing on?
What, my Switch?
No, like the shop.
Because it's set up because I pay for it. She's like, how did you get your shop to come up? Well, it should.
My shop won't come up for some reason these days.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. It's weird.
because of my new account.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
my
hey.
soda account.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
After you stream, I want some waffles.
okay. We'll make some dancing waffles. We will.
Dainty, dainty
Well, we will.
waffles.
Here, let me go through my.
Hey guys, we used to call me and Dad like when they had dancing like pictures on them when they were like dancing on the picture.
Yep. Yeah, when she was little, she would only want one brand of waffles because it had those little anthropomorphic waffles. You know, they're dancing around with little arms and legs and smiles, and she called them dancing waffles. So I had to buy the dancing waffle variety. Yes.
But don't melt it.
Yep. Well, you know what? We will get. We'll make you some dancing waffles. Okay. Give me 5.
I miss when they have dancing people.
It's the same kind.
Dad used to. He likes the dancing waffles too, right?
Oh yes,
when they have dancing people on them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very good. All right, but hey, let me go through super chat.
It was so
Why they remove it? I have no idea. Because marketing people aren't smart half the time.
Why?
They didn't realize that the dancing waffles were what was selling them to you. I don't know.
Dancing?
Yeah, they had to be dancing. I guess they didn't realize how good of a marketing they had it. You know. When I first, it's the same brand, but they took the little dancing people off of it. And at first she was like, I'm not eating those. They aren't dancing. Your waffles don't dance for real. I don't care. It's not the right thing. I'm like, it's the same thing. So I finally got her to eat them, but she's been mad they've been off for about a year and a half, 2 years, and she's still mad about that. But yeah, one second, I got to.
All right, folks, make sure you hit the like and subscribe.
So I had the door open. I was like, close the door.
Close the door.
Yeah. I try not to yell it into the mic. Close the door, because you can't hear about it. I have to yell really loud. Otherwise, you can't hear all the way up the steps.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, William, I agree. We used to do with therapy setup. We had a pain management setup too, and just some of the stuff people would pull, and they think they were the first person that tried it. You know, they would think they were geniuses. But I mean, they did. They thought they were the first people to ever try this stuff, and it was like, you're not that smart, you know. You're not that original.
Judges have heard it all.
Well, last night Megan played all these people trying to use the excuses like 2L was bringing up, you know, all the energy drink, like they had never heard that before, which was so funny. I just loved it. I thought that was amazing because like they never heard a person ever say, oh yeah, you know, it was the energy drink, and they did not seem very amused by the question of that, you know. They're like, nope. Thank you for that though. Alan, thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Alan, thank you for the sparkles. Thank you there. Appreciate you too. What's up, Fallen Hero, baby? How's it going, Fallen Hero? Appreciate you always. Thank you for that gifted membership, my friend. Thank you. 2012, thanks to Tug. Dave Hines behind women. Why? And thanks for the 2 as well. YouTube won't let me give the answer. Yeah, it's not very good about letting you say certain things. I'm surprised it lets you use the word dickless, to be honest. Carol, thanks for the 2. And Polk County, Florida prisoners wear pink. Oh, that's cute. That's very cute. Maybe Gabe should accessorize in pink. That would be very beautiful. Don't you think? I would like that. 2012, thanks for 2. Tug, when are you going to contact that report? Which reporter? Which reporter?
Oh, the one at the Villages. The Villages newspaper. You know, unfortunately, their contact info is odd. They don't have like email addresses. It's like a contact form, so it's a little tough to contact anybody over there. But you know, maybe they'll reach out. Maybe they won't. I don't know.
Maybe somebody else on this too will reach out. Who knows? Subi Sue, what's up, Subi Sue? Thank you for the sparkles, man. Good to see you. Shield Mate, thank you for the 45 months. Thank you. Tug now has a medium smart co-host and a medium smart snake. True. No, I think I have a low IQ snake. I think I have a medium smart co-host. And compared to that, the snake is, yeah. I've never heard about Megan Fox getting her head stuck in
I have never
decor.
gotten my head stuck in anything.
What
So
is
I
this?
think so not even as a little kid, you know how they stick their head between the
Yeah.
bars of something, you know, and then they get stuck. I haven't even done that. So I maintain my medium smart status.
I'm telling you, that was the funniest thing because you kept hearing this boom, boom, and we were trying to watch Walking Dead, you know, and the little one had sat down.
It
She'd
was the
fall
zombies
asleep.
knocking on the door.
Yeah, well, she was like, "What in the world?" You know, she didn't like that because she didn't like all that noise with the Walking Dead. You know, I'm sitting there and watching. She was just laying
Mhm.
there, but I go and look, and I mean that snake. He had his head wedged firmly inside that thing.
Which snake was it?
That's the rat snake.
The bigger one or
Yeah,
the little
the bigger
okay.
one, and I mean the decor is pretty big. I'm gonna have
Has
to
he
end up.
gotten bigger? Did he
Yeah,
grow?
yeah, but he's pretty big even for 40-gallon tank. He's pretty sizable. The tiny one's in a 10-gallon. The other one, the medium one, is in a 20, which seems to like. I thought about upgrading him, but when I switched to the 20, he didn't like that at first. He liked a smaller tank. So
Huh.
I don't know, unless he gets, he's thin. So I think he likes the comfort of having decor where he can hide a lot. But the big one I have in a 40-gallon right now. And if he gets any bigger, I'm going to have to upgrade him. I've got a 55-gallon setting. I just didn't want to use it at first. But yeah, he's big.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's big. He eats well. He likes it. It's funny to watch him. He was sitting around with his food yesterday. He was playing with it for a while. You know how they do sometimes. It's kind of weird. 2012 things to do. But Felice's going to have trouble with rent soon. I do wonder how over time, maybe that suing Megalodonus foe. She has, how many days is it now?
She has till Friday.
Yeah. So, and she has to not just
But according
sue.
according to people who heard her last night, I guess, there's rumors that I should expect to be served on Friday.
Oh, that'll be
Okay.
cool.
Bring it.
That'll be
I
cool,
will. Yeah. Send the sheriff to my house. It's fine.
I
Send
cannot
send
wait.
him to
Oh
my
my God.
hovel.
I cannot wait to freaking destroy, because if they try to put on all this stupid, crazy bullshit, first of all, the copyright stuff, oh man, when you start mentioning, oh Lord, it's going to be amazing to see somebody that again can't afford freaking to do their own thing. They can't afford a down payment on a lawyer to want to bring some. Okay. And if they don't sue Olaf in it too, that's a real problem for them. So, and if they do sue Olaf, holy shit. I mean, them barrage trying to attack people, oh, that'll be a problem for them too. I wonder if you'll get you a wonderful pro se piece of shit. I would not be surprised if they do try to do something just because they want to deflect away from the Gabe thing. Because Gabe is sitting in jail.
And she wants to keep that live stream off of YouTube. I wouldn't put it past her to forge court documents to show them to YouTube. I don't think she's going to actually serve me. She doesn't have the money to pay the sheriff to come out here. She's in the middle of her husband in a legal crisis.
No, she's going to abandon him. He ain't getting no lawyer or anything. So, fun times with that, right? Fun times indeed.
Fun times
But
indeed.
she needs a way to deflect against it all. Allie, thank you for the 5 there. I wonder which epic fail into Hale suggested technical bell is a no bell situation. Yeah. It's a mess when they talk about it. Tree God, thanks for the 2. Open garage door is swinger welcome sign. Really? Is that true?
It can't in the villages. That's another rumor that a half-open garage is a swinger sign. Yeah.
That's weird. I'd hate to be working on my vehicle in the car. And,
I
it'd be
know.
hot, and then chicky bow. No, get out. Sue, what's up? Thanks for the 10. It's my birthday. Oh man, I'm spending it with you. I love this channel. Usually I watch on reruns late night. Well, you know what you need today, of course. You not only need to hang out, but you need this.
Happy birthday!
Happy. That's right.
From both of us to you.
I remembered
Megan didn't
May all your dreams come true.
especially the weird one. Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Happy birthday.
I really, again, I don't wish a lawsuit on you, but I really can't wait. When they think they have trouble now, wait until she ends up with a $30,000 legal bill on top of all the other dumb shit she has going on.
Oh yeah, because I won't hire a cheap attorney. No,
No, you'll hire a good attorney. There's a difference. Oh, it'll be so good. Man, SF. Hey, what's up? Play the birthday song for your birthday today. Oh man, look at this. We got Sue with the birthday. SF, we got with the birthday. Heck yeah, SF. Love to you too, my friend. Here.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday,
From
SF.
both
Both of us.
to you.
To you, that's right.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here.
We do.
Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
I'm telling you, and by the way, both of you, happy birthday. Appreciate you both. And if you have an off birthday for some reason, you get redos. You can have a whole week of them. That's right. You tell them. Tug and Megan, they both said you get a whole week of redos if you want it. So 2012, thanks for the tier. Now I choice Fleecer, LMNOP, who loses home. Well, it's definitely it's definitely gonna get froggy, it sounds like. Mary, thank you for the silver star. Thank you there. Appreciate it. Counted Puddles. Thank you for the sparkles. Thank you for that too. Timmy's Pop Pop. Thank you for the 250 jewels and the laughing disco, baby. Heck yeah. 2012. Thanks for the two. The other inmates with oral fixation, Doug. Yeah, that did explain a lot of things, didn't it? Cynthia, thanks for the two. Bulk powdered caffeine and a straw fund. There you go. Laura, thanks for the silver star. Thank you, Laura. Hey, what's up, Adair? Thanks for the 5. I've been drinking keto brains. Right in after the stretch lab. It helps a lot with soreness.
Awesome. Yeah, the creatine is great. Yeah, I swear by it. I have been able to do so much more at the gym without getting. I used to get so sore that it was crippling. I'd be out for 2 to 3 days, not being able to do anything. And you can't get better. You can't get stronger like that. You have to keep moving. And I wasn't able to do that. But now that I have the creatine, it's like a tolerable soreness now. It's great. I highly recommend it. And right now, if you order $100 worth of products, you're still going to get that really cool brass knuckle mug, which is so cool. So you might as well try it. Try it now if you're going to try it. And you'll get entered into the giveaways too.
I love that brass knuckle mug.
I know, me too.
I do. I love it. That's like, I have a bunch of mugs and cups and stuff that just sit and collect dust. And that is not one of them that sits and collects dust.
Nope.
That's one that I actually like and I use. And anytime I have it out, I'm using it. People are like, whoa, where did that come from? Like,
I know,
yep.
it's so cool.
But it's
Love
funny.
it.
Like even like family and everyone, they're like, yep, that looks awesome. Oh, heck yeah, it does. Exactly. You wish you had it, but you don't. But you can get one.
But you can get one.
That's right. Right. Thank you for the 100. Thank you there. Appreciate that. James, thank you for the gold coin. Oh, look at that. Lane's well, I'm dropping that 100 too. Thank you. 2012. Thanks for the $2 there. The criminal case identifies as civil. Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's an identity issue. I never thought about that. Yeah. We never asked it like it's pronouns. maybe civil is a pronoun. Huh. Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Saran Wrap has experience in appeals. Hire him. Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah, they should hire Saran Wrap for. Travis, thanks for the 5. I don't think they will, but I do think he'll get the rest of his probation time in jail, and she knows it because she doesn't want to get him a lawyer. Yeah, it's a mess with that. Again, it'll be real interesting if she prioritizes going after Megan Fox over that.
Her husband.
Yeah. Won't that be interesting? That actually is quite the statement, in fact. But
yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's something that I'm not shocked by in any way, but it is something that I can't imagine doing. I can't imagine being like, yeah. Can you imagine like your hubby? Then again, your hubby. I don't imagine them getting into that kind of trouble. So
no. Are you kidding? No, my husband's never been arrested. He's a Boy Scout. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not a hypocrite in saying that someone getting in trouble somehow, I've never had trouble off of it, but I very well could have had trouble off of it. I'm not saying I've never done anything in my life, but if I had been put on probation, I would definitely.
Oh, yeah, no, you got to clean it up.
Yeah, you got a real problem there. And they, again, they just keep lying to people. They keep lying to people about it, and they keep lying about question marks, Like when people ask something, they don't tell them what the heck is going on. They give them some kind of weird excuse. The weird excuses, that's what amazes me, the strange excuse. Like, oh, yeah, this stuff here, we don't know what we're talking about. We have no idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
That always, I don't know. It saddens me that people don't look into this stuff themselves. I'm proud of the people that watch and look into everything themselves, and they make up their own minds with it. But I am saddened there are a lot of people out there that don't. Anna, thank you for the happy poop. The last humanoid, thanks for the 2 there. Karma, Biden Gabe in the boot. That's right. That is not good for him. Tightline. What's up, Tightline? Thanks for the 10. I had an awesome comment, indeed, but he got busted with no parole after snorting a whole bottle of 5-hour energy drink and a full can of Red Bull. Hope it still counts. Yes, indeed. Yep. No comment. That is still a comment because it is indeed backing, even if that comment is higher than a kite while it's around. That's right. It ran off. Poor comment. But yes, 2012. Thanks for the 2. Tug Starter Zone. Starter Zone Survivor. I'm going to have to mark that. Give me a second. I'm going to mark it real quick. Give me a second. I've been looking for a new book. So I got to mark that real quick. Starter Zone. All right. I'll check that out. Yeah. Crack cocaine, small piece of straw, cocaine, snorted, vial, straw, tube, roll it, bill, etc. Yeah, indeed. Or they use the ball. They'll even use the whiteboard and that cool stuff.
What happened to your microphone? It just got real muffled.
Did it?
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know. Maybe
all right, you're back.
All right, 2012. Thanks for the 2. Well, at one time, birds were used to deliver messages. That's true. That is true. Viking Lady, thanks for the 1,000 jewels and the GOAT trophy. Heck yeah. Thank you, Viking Lady. Appreciate that. Carolyn, thank you for the gold coin there. Thank you. Janice, thanks for the 10. The antis need to take some continuing education units on illicit drug use and addiction, like what I had to take for the CE for my pharmacist license. They're such idiots. Yeah, well, it's all about sending a lie out to other people. They want it, first of all, they don't want it to be about questions related to use. They just want it to be about, number one, use of drugs, but also number two, they want to be able to control the narrative off of it. And it's sad, like I said, because there are many such idiots that they don't ask why. They don't ask any questions whatsoever. And I think that leads a lot of idiots to be parted from their dollary dues. But hey, what do I know? So, Carol, thanks for the 10. I'd like to recognize our newest YouTuber creator, 17-year-old high school student, JR. Also, just got a scholarship from UCLA. His birthday's September 25th. Somebody to look out for. Mail me his YouTube channel. I'll check it out. And congrats to him. I'd like to check out what he's doing there. Thank you, dude. Yeah, that's great too. UCLA, bravo, by the way. That's big stuff. And YouTube, just grind that sucker. You grind it. If anything, it takes time and it's worth it if you get it to work. Travis, thanks for the 5. On probation, you're not allowed to do anything. You can smoke cigarettes. You can't drink, legal or not. And damn sure you can't do blow. Yeah, that's true. You can't do the blow. That's for damn sure. Nor the probation works. Yes, indeed. Travis, again, you're a positive story. That's the other thing. When they say, people are coming after folks for drug use. No, we support people getting their lives together and stuff. And I'm proud of people like you. I mean, that's awesome, man. Props. 2012, thanks to. Are you taking the kids to Sonic to get Coke floats? I don't know if I want to do that now. Just Jay, it's a sad luck. Thanks for the 5. No, thanks for the modding. Not even an exit interview. Yeah, they didn't even thank him over there. They just booted him out the door and they wrote hate pieces about him. They bullied poor Just Jay. Sad times. Cynthia, thanks for the 2. For the rat. Hey, look at that. Got that rat money again. Loving it. Woe is me. Thanks for the flower. My paranormal experience. Thank you for the hiding. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Rhea Rye. Thanks for the 2. She gets crystals from a China miner. it's Rhea Rye, a miner. I like it. Lisa Lee might smell like pee. Thanks for the $10 there. Tongue, I live near a mountain full of quartz crystals for free. I'll go dig up a bucket and send them to you. Fresh American-made magic crystals. My kids lift the shovel, so a miner dug
it up.
Heck yeah. Hey, if you send some, I will show them off. And I'll be like, I got them from a miner. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And I'll attempt to sell them for $500 a piece. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I got lost in what I was talking about for a minute there. Oh my God. Oh, AJ's World. Thank you for the hiding there. Appreciate that. Thank you. Rhea Ryan, thanks for the 2. You'll be sued for turquoise interference. I like that.
Turquoise interference. That's a good one.
I like it. Thanks for the 5 there. Lisa's missing Gabe, and we'll keep missing him. Who else will spelunk that ass? Gross. Nobody else but Gabe will venture into those large caverns. Yes, and of course you're talking about minerals. Yes. Minerals, because that's where they get the minerals from spelunking those caverns, right? That's what you mean. Gross.
Gross.
No, thank you, my friend. Let's see, thanks for the 2. Tug. Yeah, Alibaba. That's true. Alibaba Express. Felicia can bonk for cheap. Yeah, there's Ali. Yeah, there's Temu. There's all kinds of places where you can just get junk jewelry. And again, these folks, here's the thing. They don't owe me any explanation, sure, but I find it crazy that the same shit that they have, I find something that looks just like it on Temu, just like it.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
And I can order it right off Temu too, just like it. So I don't know. Weird stuff. Stacy Nat. Hey, thank you, Stacy. Appreciate the hiding. Good to see you. Greg, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you, Greg. Harry, thank you for the $2 and the snake fun from Megan. That's right. Snake fun.
Oh no, not a snake
Oh,
fun.
restrictive fun.
You know, one of my kids' favorite toys when they were little, one of them won at one of those indoor water parks. You know how they have arcades? She played one of those like Wheel of Fortune or something, and she hit the jackpot and got thousands of tickets. It was something crazy. It was like 10,000 tickets. I have a picture of her laying in a pile of these tickets as they're coming out of the machine. And she took those tickets and she bought the huge anaconda, stuffed anaconda. It's giant. Like she could wrap it around herself. And that was like one of her favorite things. This was a huge stuffed anaconda. And somehow some kid that stayed over at our house one night smuggled it out of the house the next day without anyone noticing and took it. Isn't that weird?
Funny. That's funny.
I can't
except for
believe
the
we didn't notice. How do you
That's funny.
steal a giant anaconda? That's talent.
That is funny, except for the stealing part. That's sad.
Yeah, I know, right? It was a really cool thing, though.
Let's see. Astrid, thank you for the treat there. Thank you, Astrid. Barnyard Sally, thank you for the silver star. Thank you there. Hey, Cynic, thanks for the $2 there. Bugs rolled ice cream fun. She'll enjoy that for sure. I'll have to tell them. I'll take some screenshots of this. Tell them to. They'll be thrilled. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. Treats for the girls. Yes, I've got to take them out Thursday. The toy shop out here, our vintage toy shop, they announced that they were getting in an entire almost store full of new merchandise, and it would be up Thursday. So I told the girls, and they yes, they were very excited. So I was like, man, why did I tell them that? But Yoda's Chicky Nuggies, thanks for the gifted membership.
I love that name, Yoda's Chicky Nuggies.
I love it. I love the fact that every time too we get like different avatars, you know, and I mean they're cute and they're funny.
Yeah.
Spirit Walker, thank you for the gifted membership. Thank you, Spirit Walker. Appreciate that. Edwina dropped 1,000 jewels in the gold trophy. Thank you. I appreciate you there. 2-Bit. What's up, 2-Bit? Thanks for the vibe. The old saying, lack of planning on your part doesn't constitute an emergency on my part. That's very true too. That is very true. Did you see the new creations that 2-Bit sent over, by the way? Did you see that?
I don't think so.
So you know the Battlestar stuff. You know, I'm a Battlestar junkie. So look at this Cylon Raider. This thing's huge, by the way. It's you know, they never made a really good. They made like a little cheap plastic toy back in the 70s, but they didn't make really good looking ones. He made that,
Cool.
And look at these coasters. We also have the emblem in the back, and look at that. Isn't that beautiful too?
That's fun.
Heck yeah. I love it. I love them. Thank you. Appreciate that. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. I interned at an inpatient drug rehab. The stories were crazy wild. Urine tox screens were easier to fudge then, but not now. They get creative on how to pass a tox screen of any. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they do some horrible things to themselves sometimes doing it. Hurt themselves. They take, I got to tell you, maybe another day. I don't know. I'm not feeling that one today. William, thanks for the treat. I don't want to hear
it either right now.
Yeah, exactly. John Love, thanks for the 2 there. Appreciate it. Can't wait to donate to your legal fund. That's right. Oh, I can't wait to see it. You know what'll be really funny? When you pop $5,000 like that. That'll be really funny. You know, when they tried for a millennium, trying to get that money in, and you end up popping that money. Oh, Max Lab, thanks for the 2 there. I checked. Lisa hasn't filed anything. Well, we'll see. We'll see what they.
She has till Friday.
Yeah,
she might still.
Yep, we'll see what they do. You know, Again, I think it's really funny when somebody claims that you're unfairly using their voice and stuff when they have a video of yours up too. But hey, isn't that interesting, right? Cynthia, thanks for the two. Track shoe fun for Megan. Hey, track shoes. There you go. She can track those shoes right to my bank account because they ain't coming. I mean, wait. I mean, yeah, they'll get right there, man. Cupcake, thank you for the two there. I just want to see my puppy on TV. Oh, you little, I like your dog right there. That's cute. Let's see, Stink Poo. Thank you for the happy poop. Stinky Poo and his happy poop. Oh, that's lovely. K-Matt, Red Queen, thanks for the 10. Spelling issues. I think they come down to American version versus the Latin version. So thinking whoever is typing is based on person's nationality. Yeah, they need to get that fixed, for sure. But hopefully attorney doesn't usually get released on technicality. No, that's just in the booking itself. It's not the so it's through the transfer and everything. That's not the kind of technicality they're going to get him out on if they try for one. Nana, thanks for the that's actually a good point. Though. It could be, but still they need to fix it. They need uniformity. Nana, thank you for the 200 joules and the sunshine. Thank you. Appreciate that. Stinky Boo drops 100 joules and the Sunday. Thank you. Carol, thanks for the 2. It's Denise Vance's birthday today. Man, we got 3 birthdays. It's awesome. There's a couple of people noting that in here too. We definitely need a birthday song to Denise.
Happy birthday. From both of us to you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true.
I'm gonna beat you with my stick. Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here's to another year.
Man, I saw the perfect picture just roll in, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You're gonna love this. It's amazing. It is amazing, Megan. Just give me 1 second. I gotta pull this up for you. You know what? Sometimes wishes do come true. It's just fabulous. Here we go. Check this out, Megan. What do you think? Look at your rats.
Oh, no, the spider coming down. No.
Look, there's more of them. Look at that. Look at the rats watching you. They're like, Mama Megan. And look at that. Oh, y'all are friends. You're like, hey, what's up? Give me some sugar, Megan.
That snake looks kind of friendly. I don't like the looks of that spider, though. The spider is terrifying.
Like, what's up, Megan?
Oh, no.
So you're saying, like, look at these. They're just floating spiders. That's amazing.
Ooh.
These are flying spiders. Yeah, did you know if you want a really horrible thing, have you ever heard of ballooning? So if you watch spiders like black widows, for example, which are terrifying when they do this, they'll climb up on, after they're born, they'll climb up on, say, a fence post or something, and they'll throw a little piece of their silk strand up in the air to catch wind, and they'll fly off.
Yes, I have seen this.
And that means that if you have, like, say, a black widow, you find one, there are probably hundreds to potentially thousands of them within a mile of you. So every time you see one, that one spider, it's probably got thousands of relatives. So fun time. Yep. But thank you also, folks, for noting. Denise, thank you there. And I hope your birthday was fantastic. And Lisa Lee smells like pee. Thanks for the 5 there. My new theory, Lisa's not villain game because Ray's moving in. Interesting. Oh, well, we'll see.
Ray. Oh, Lord.
Poor Ray. All right. We are at the end. Tomorrow, we'll be back over with Megalodon's phone. It'll be a fun time. Appreciate you, folks. And we're ending. See ya.